The Quiet Years ambassador Sarah Chon had learned to smile when they called humans adorably primitive. 15 years of diplomatic service in the Galactic Federation had taught her patience, but more importantly, it had taught her to listen. She sat in the marble halls of the Federation Council on Proxima Station, watching alien dignitaries discuss humanity like farmers discussing livestock. "The humans are perfect for the outer rim mining operations," declared Counselor Vesta, his crystalline form catching the artificial light. "They're resilient, require minimal life support, and most importantly, they don't ask too many questions." About working conditions, Sarah maintained her diplomatic expression while making mental notes. The Altarians saw humans as expendable workers. The Zephyrians considered them useful but inferior. The Kethmer barely acknowledged their existence. For 15 years, Earth had played the role of the grateful junior partner, accepting whatever scraps the Federation offered while quietly building something far more significant. The truth was simple. Humanity had been preparing. The Federation's blind spot, the other species in the Federation had achieved faster than light travel through different methods. The Altarians used crystalline energy matrices. The Zephyrians employed biomechanical fusion drives. The Kethmer had mastered gravitational manipulation. Each species assumed their method was superior, and that humans, having achieved FTL through what they called crude chemical propulsion, were technological inferiors. They were wrong on every level. Earth scientists hadn't just developed one FTL method. They had reverse engineered and improved upon every alien technology they encountered. While alien diplomats saw human miners extracting valuable minerals from hostile worlds, they missed the real purpose of these operations. Humans weren't just mining. They were testing advanced terraforming equipment, studying alien ecosystems, and establishing hidden research facilities across the galaxy's most dangerous regions. Dr. Elena Rodriguez had spent 8 years on the Sin mining colony of Kepler 442b, officially as a geological surveyor. Unofficially, she was one of Earth's leading xenogeologists, studying how to rapidly terraform planets using hybrid human-alien technology. Her mining equipment could reshape a planet's atmosphere in months rather than centuries. Her safety protocols were actually advanced defensive systems that could turn any colony into an impregnable fortress within hours. The aliens saw humans as harmless laborers. They never noticed that every human settlement was strategically positioned. Every mining operation served dual purposes, and every seemingly innocent research station was part of a vast network spanning half the galaxy. The warning signs, they ignored Counselor Elith of the Peaceful Serenity. Collective had tried to warn the Federation leadership about underestimating humanity. Her species had fought a devastating war with humans decades earlier, before the Federation was formed. Unlike the others, she remembered what humans were capable of when pushed too far. "You mistake their cooperation for weakness," she had argued, during a closed session that Sarah wasn't supposed to know about. Humans are the only species that has survived multiple extinction-level events on their own planet. They've weaponized their own atmosphere, split atoms, and rebuilt their civilization from ashes multiple times. Their history is written in survival. The Zephyrian War Chief Zexter had laughed at her concerns. "They gave us their military technology freely when they joined the Federation. We've seen their weapons specifications. Chemical explosives and metal projectiles. Even their nuclear weapons are primitive compared to our plasma cannons and quantum disruptors." What Zexter didn't know was that humans had only shared obsolete technology, keeping their real innovations classified under something Earth called defensive research protocols. While the Federation believed they had seen humanity's military capabilities, Earth had been developing hybrid technologies that combined the best of human ingenuity with alien innovations. The catalyst, the attack on Kepler 442b, came without warning. Zexthera's fleet emerged from quantum jump space and immediately began bombardment of the human mining colony. 3,000 civilians died in the first wave of plasma fire. The official Zephyrian statement claimed the colony had violated territorial boundaries. Despite having Federation-approved mining rights for over 6 years, Dr. Rodriguez was among the dead, along with her entire research team. What the Zephyrians didn't know was that her work had been completed months earlier. The terraforming project was finished, the defensive systems were online, and the real purpose of Kepler 442b had been achieved. Earth now had a fully operational forward base in Zephyrian space, hidden beneath the ruins of what appeared to be a destroyed mining colony. Sarah Chun received the news while attending a Federation cultural exchange on Proxima Station. She excused herself from the reception, walked calmly to her quarters, and sent a single encrypted message to Earth. Protocol 7, the children are coming home. Within hours, something unprecedented happened. Every human worker, diplomat, researcher, and civilian in Federation space received the same message through channels the aliens didn't even know existed. Pack only essentials. Report to designated extraction points. Earth was calling its people home. The Great Withdrawal, the evacuation was so smooth it seemed impossible. Humans simply stopped showing up for work. Mining operations across 12 star systems ground to a halt as human workers vanished overnight. Research partnerships ended abruptly as human scientists recalled their data and departed without explanation. Trade agreements became worthless as human merchants closed their businesses and disappeared. The Federation initially assumed it was a temporary protest over the Kepler 442b attack. They expected angry demands for compensation, threats of economic sanctions, or formal complaints through diplomatic channels. Instead, they got silenced. Ambassador Chun was the last human to leave Federation space. She appeared before the full council one final time, her diplomatic immunity preventing them from detaining her. A massive chamber filled with representatives from 47 different species fell silent as she approached the speaking platform. For 15 years, humanity has served this Federation faithfully, she began, her voice carrying clearly through the chamber's acoustics. We mined your dangerous worlds, researched your impossible problems, and asked for nothing but the chance to prove ourselves worthy of membership. Zexther's mechanical augmentations whirred as he leaned forward. You speak as if this partnership is ending. The Kepler incident was regrettable, but hardly grounds for regrettable? Sarah's voice cut through his words like a blade. 3,000 of my people died because you decided they were expendable. You calculated that humans were too weak to respond, too primitive to retaliate, too grateful for Federation membership to risk conflict. The chamber erupted in clicking, chirping, and electronic translations as various species argued among themselves. Sarah waited for them to quiet down before continuing. You were wrong about us before, and you're wrong about us now. Humanity isn't leaving because we're afraid. We're leaving because we're done pretending to be something we're not. She placed a small device on the speaking platform. It projected a holographic star map showing human settlements across Federation space. Every location blinked once, then went dark. We're taking our people, our technology, and our cooperation, and we're going home. When you realize what you've lost, you know where to find us. Sarah Chun walked out of the Federation Council chamber with quiet dignity, leaving behind 15 years of careful diplomacy and 47 species who had no idea what they had. Just lost. The first disappearance 3 days after the human withdrawal. Zexther received disturbing reports from his fleet commanders. The investigation team sent to catalog human technology left behind on Kepler 442b had gone silent. 7 ships carrying some of the Federation's most advanced scanning equipment had simply stopped responding to communications. The Zephyrian war chief decided to investigate personally, leading a full battle fleet to the former mining colony. What they found defied explanation. The human settlement was exactly as they had left it after the bombing. Destroyed buildings, scattered equipment, and no signs of life. But the Zephyrian investigation fleet was gone. There were no debris fields, no distress signals, no evidence of battle. 7 ships and 300 Zephyrian personnel had vanished completely. Long-range sensors detected nothing. Quantum signature tracking found no traces. It was as if the ships had never existed. Zexther ordered a full system scan, deploying every detection method in the Zephyrian arsenal. They found traces of an unknown energy signature near Kepler 442b's largest moon. But when they moved to investigate, the signature disappeared. Whatever had been there was gone, leaving only questions and growing fear. The war chief was forced to report to the Federation Council that an entire investigation fleet had been lost under mysterious circumstances. The official report blamed equipment failure and navigational errors. But privately, Zexther began to suspect that humanity's departure had not been the desperate retreat of an inferior species. Asterisk. As his remaining ships prepared to leave Kepler 442b, Zexther's sensors detected a brief transmission directed at his flagship. The message was simple, broadcast in perfect Zephyrian. You drew first blood. Earth remembers. The transmission, cut off before his communication officers could trace its source, leaving the Zephyrian war chief staring at empty space and wondering what else the humans had been hiding during their 15 years of primitive cooperation. Back on Earth, Admiral Marcus Webb watched the withdrawal operation reports with satisfaction. Phase 1 was complete. Every human asset had been extracted from Federation space, along with 15 years' worth of intelligence, technology samples, and strategic positioning data. The aliens still thought they were dealing with refugees and primitives. They had no idea the real war was just beginning, and humanity had already won the first battle by simply choosing not to play by the Federation's rules anymore. The galaxy was about to learn what humans meant when they said they had been playing nice all along. The awakening the Federation's first real taste of panic came when the Altarian crystal mines went dark. 3 major extraction operations across the Vega system simply stopped producing. The crystalline structures that powered half the Federation's technology required precise harmonic frequencies to maintain stability, frequencies that only human engineers had mastered after years of careful study. Without human technicians, the crystal matrices began resonating at chaotic frequencies. Entire mining platforms shattered as their power cores destabilized. The Altarians, who had considered humans nothing more than skilled laborers, suddenly found themselves unable to extract the very resources their civilization depended upon. But the mining crisis was only the beginning. The domino effect. Admiral Marcus Webb stood in the war room deep beneath Earth's Pacific Ocean, watching holographic displays track the systematic collapse of Federation infrastructure. For 15 years, humanity had quietly integrated itself into every critical system, every vital operation, every technological bottleneck across 47 different star systems. Report from Section 7, announced Commander Lisa Park, her fingers dancing across quantum encrypted control interfaces. Kethmer gravitational shipping lanes are experiencing cascade failures. Without human navigation specialists, their cargo vessels can't calculate safe jump vectors through dense gravity fields. Webb nodded, unsurprised. Humans had volunteered for the most dangerous assignments across the galaxy, not because they were expendable, but because those positions gave them access to the Federation's most critical systems. Human miners had become the galaxy's most skilled engineers. Human researchers had quietly documented every weakness in alien technology. Human diplomats had mapped every political alliance and rivalry across dozens of species. "What about the Serenity Collective?" Webb asked. "Counselor, Elith's people are requesting immediate negotiations," Park replied. "They're offering full technology sharing agreements and equal partnership status. They want to meet at the neutral zone border." Webb smiled grimly. The Serenity Collective had fought humans before the Federation was formed. They knew what humanity was capable of when pushed to warfare. Unlike the others, they weren't foolish enough to believe this withdrawal was surrender. Investigation Fleet Sexter had learned nothing from the loss of his first investigation team. Driven by pride and growing desperation, the Zephyrian war chief assembled a massive fleet to hunt down the missing human ships and reclaim control of the territories they had. Abandoned .12 Federation species contributed vessels to what they called the Reclamation Fleet. 300 ships carrying advanced sensors, quantum tracking arrays, and enough firepower to glass a planet. They were determined to find where the humans had gone and force them back to their previous role as obedient workers. The fleet's first target was the Kepler 442b system, where the original investigation team had vanished. This time, they would be ready for anything the primitive humans might attempt. They found the system exactly as they expected. Empty, silent, showing. No signs of human activity. The destroyed mining colony remained untouched, a monument to Zephyrian power. Long-range scans detected no ships, no hidden bases, no evidence that humans had ever returned to the system. And the fleet began to disappear. It started with the perimeter scouts. First, the UFS Quantum Edge went silent while investigating the system's outer asteroid belt. Then the CSV Harmonic Resonance lost contact during a routine patrol of the inner planets. Within 6 hours, 14 ships had simply vanished without sending so much as a distress signal. Sexter ordered the remaining fleet to form a defensive formation around the largest capital ships, but it made no difference. Ships continued to disappear from the center of the formation, surrounded by dozens of witnesses who saw nothing, detected nothing, and could offer no explanation for how heavily armed vessels simply ceased to exist. The Revelation Dr. Jan Solis had been Earth's head of xenotechnology research for 12 years, officially working as a mining consultant on various Federation worlds. In reality, he had been reverse engineering alien technology and developing countermeasures for every weapon system in the Federation. Arsenal.now, he stood in the command center of the EDS Horizon, humanity's first hybrid technology warship, watching as automated systems captured another Federation vessel. The ship's revolutionary cloaking system combined human stealth technology with Altarian crystal matrices and Kethmer gravitational manipulation, rendering it completely invisible to any known detection method. "Target acquired," reported the ship's AI, speaking in a calm female voice. "Federation destroyer UFS Plasma Storm. Crew of 47. Shall I proceed with capture protocols?" "Proceed," Solis confirmed, watching as the Horizon's boarding systems engaged. Microscopic nanobots, originally designed for mining operations, swarmed over the enemy ship's hull and infiltrated its systems. Within minutes, they had neutralized the crew with harmless paralytic agents and assumed control of all ship functions. The captured vessel would be transported to a hidden facility where its crew would be held safely until the current crisis resolved. The ship itself would be studied, its technology cataloged, and its tactical capabilities added to Earth's growing database of Federation military assets. "Dr. Solis," the AI continued, "we're receiving a priority transmission from Admiral Webb. The Federation Council has requested immediate negotiations." Solis smiled as he read the message. After losing nearly a third of their investigation fleet to invisible attackers, the various Federation species were finally beginning to understand that humanity's withdrawal had not been the desperate flight of a defeated people. The Council's desperation, the emergency session of the Federation Council, was unlike anything in the organization's history. Representatives from 47 species gathered in the Great Chamber on Proxima Station, their usual confident demeanor replaced by barely contained panic. Council, a Vexta's crystalline form flickered with stress patterns. Our mining operations have ceased. Our shipping lanes are failing. Our military vessels are disappearing without explanation. We need the humans back immediately. Zexthur's mechanical augmentations sparked with frustration. We will not negotiate with terrorists. They are using some form of advanced cloaking technology to attack our ships. This is an act of war. Is it war? Counselor Elith's calm voice cut through the arguments. Or is this simply what happens when you attack the only species that has ever survived multiple extinction events? You wanted to see what humans were capable of. Now you know. The chamber fell silent as her words sank in. For the first time, the Federation leadership was forced to confront the possibility that they had severely underestimated humanity's capabilities. The demonstration Admiral Webb's response to the Federation's negotiation request was simple. A single ship would meet their representatives at the Proxima Station defense perimeter. No weapons would be fired. No hostile actions would be taken. Earth simply wanted to have a conversation. The EDS Unity emerged from quantum jump space exactly on schedule, a sleek vessel that appeared to be built from materials no one recognized. It was smaller than most Federation destroyers, carrying no visible weapons, showing no aggressive postures. To the Federation fleet guarding Proxima Station, it looked almost primitive compared to their massive capital ships. That assessment lasted exactly 37 seconds. Without warning, every Federation vessel in the system lost power simultaneously. Engines shut down. Weapon systems went offline. Life support switched to emergency backup power. 300 ships, including some of the most advanced military vessels in the galaxy, had been neutralized by a single transmission from the human ship. The Unity's communication system activated, and Admiral Webb's voice filled the Federation Council chamber through every speaker, every communication device, every emergency system on the station. This is Admiral Marcus Webb of the Earth Defense Force. His voice was calm, professional, and absolutely terrifying in its implications. Your ships are unharmed, your crews are safe, and power will be restored in 15 minutes. Consider this a demonstration of humanity's commitment to peaceful resolution of our current disagreement. On the main viewing screen, the Federation leadership watched as the human ship performed impossible maneuvers around the paralyzed fleet. It moved without any visible propulsion system, changed direction without momentum, and seemed to ignore the basic laws of physics that govern space travel. For 15 years, humanity has observed your species, learned from your technology, and prepared for this moment. Webb continued. You assumed our cooperation meant weakness. You mistook our patience for ignorance. You believed your technology was superior to ours because we chose to share only what we thought you could handle responsibly. The Unity stopped directly in front of the station's main viewing port, close enough that its hull details were clearly visible. The ship appeared to be constructed from a seamless blend of materials. Altarian crystal matrices formed geometric patterns across its surface. Kethmer gravitational coils wrapped around the engine housings, and Zephyrian biomechanical components pulsed with energy flows. This ship represents 15 years of human engineering, Webb explained. We took the best aspects of every technology we encountered and improved upon them. Your crystal matrices are more stable when combined with human quantum harmonic dampeners. Your gravitational drives are more efficient when controlled by human AI systems. Your biomechanical interfaces work better when integrated with human neural networks. The choice as promised, Power returned to the Federation fleet after exactly 15 minutes. Their weapons remained offline, but life support and basic ship functions were restored. The message was clear. Humanity could have destroyed them easily, but chose not to. Admiral Webb's final transmission was broadcast simultaneously to every inhabited world in Federation space. Earth offers the galaxy a choice, he said simply. We can continue the path that led to the attack on Kepler 442b, where some species are considered superior and others are treated as expendable resources. Or we can build something better. The holographic display in the council chamber shifted to show a new star map. Human territories were clearly marked, but instead of being isolated, they formed a network connecting every major trade route and strategic position in the galaxy. Humanity is prepared to share our real technology, our actual capabilities, and our genuine partnership with any species willing to treat us as equals. We will provide advanced terraforming systems, hybrid propulsion technology, and quantum communication networks to any world that agrees to mutual respect and cooperative development. Webb paused, letting the implications sink in. However, any species that chooses to continue viewing others as inferior, that believes might makes right, or that thinks some lives are worth more than others, will find that Earth's doors are permanently closed to them. We will not attack. We will not invade. We will simply ensure that such species remain isolated in their own territories until they choose to evolve. The transmission ended, leaving the Federation Council in stunned silence. Counselor Elith was the first to speak. The Serenity Collective accepts Earth's terms immediately. We request permission to begin formal alliance negotiations. One by one, 36 other species added their agreement. They had seen enough to understand that humanity's offer was genuine and that refusing would mean permanent isolation from the most advanced technology in the galaxy. Only 10 species, led by Zexther's Zephyrian Empire, chose to maintain their previous stance. They withdrew from the Federation and declared human space off-limits to their vessels. Admiral Webb watched the political realignment from the Unity's command bridge, satisfied that humanity had achieved something remarkable. They had won a war without firing a shot, ended an empire without conquest, and established a new galactic order based on cooperation rather than domination. Sarah Chun, now serving as Earth's primary ambassador to the new Galactic Alliance, sent her first official transmission to the participating species. "Welcome to the future," she said simply. "Let's build it together." The age of human subservience was over. The age of true galactic cooperation had begun, and it would be built on the foundation that every species, no matter how small or seemingly primitive, had something valuable to contribute to the galaxy's future.